Are we live? I don't know if we're live.
Let's see.
If we're live, I have to go check the camera.
I know. It's been technical difficulties.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Hey everybody, how you doing? My name is
Okay.
Mark. Nice to meet you.
Yes.
My name is Mark, aka the Great British Chocolatier, and I have my lovely wife here, Naisha, from 6 Kids and 8 Cups of Coffee.
In the flesh.
This is our first, or my first live video, and I thought I'd come in to have some fun and to answer some questions that you guys have had over the last couple of months, and hopefully we'll get them all sorted.
Yes.
So I don't know if anybody's going to be coming on while we're here, but we can wait for a few minutes. But it's been a kind of busy season. Christmas is all over and done, and now we're in the new year, 2024. So it's exciting. The next holiday coming up is Valentine's.
Yes.
So we'll be doing lots of chocolate for Valentine's, of strawberries and all the above. So then it'd be fun to do those. So those videos obviously are going to start rolling out as the weeks roll by. Where have I been? I've been sick the last couple of the last week of Christmas, or the week of Christmas. I didn't feel too good, so I haven't been on or making chocolate or selling chocolate or anything. I've just been sucking up Dayquil and NyQuil and some Advil, trying to get better, and I am now. So that's all good.
Yeah.
So, all right. So anyway, I guess we're just going to answer some questions.
I'm going to skip over introduction. Should you tell them about the whole chocolate, how you got started in chocolate?
I've told them that. But yes, we can do that. The whole reason I've been doing now chocolate for what? How many years?
13 or 14 years.
About 13. Quite a long time ago.
Yeah, long time.
It started in New York.
Yeah.
Really.
Absolutely.
Because we're in Maryland right now, and we've been in Maryland for
Just
about 10 years.
Time, yeah.
But I started in New York. My wife wanted to do, well, she can tell that part of the story.
Well, I wanted to do gifts for a baby shower. And of course, we have 6 kids, so we didn't have a whole lot of dispensable income. So I was like, can you make me chocolate or help me? Because he's the creative one. I just had the idea. And then I just wanted lollipops, something simple, a ribbon. It was really cute. They came out great. And that was the end of my chocolate experience. I kind of wrapped it away. But this guy right here fell in love with chocolate, like fell head over heels.
Yeah, well, I always like to eat chocolate, so chocolate's always been something that I ate. But I brought her the kit, and she used it one time, and that was it. And I'm like, let's use this a little bit more than just one time. And so, like I said, we just got hooked. I got hooked, and I started making all kinds of things, learning on how to, temper the chocolate, different molds. I tested different flavors. I ended up learning how to make truffles, how to make a ganache, and I just go for broke. When we moved down here, I think I made truffles. I still have the one mold that makes 28 truffles at a time, and I made over 6,000 of them.
Oh, so, yes, that was insane. And if you can imagine, it's just me, kids were little, so I was the taster in the beginning. I tasted everything. In fact, he'd wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, you've got to taste this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I guess I got to taste this.
There wasn't 6,000 flavors though. There was maybe like a dozen max. But it was quite a lot. So yes, I would tirelessly work all throughout the night season in the early hours making 3,000, 6,000 truffles.
Yeah, because we owned a business during the daytime. We actually owned a business during the daytime. As soon as the doors would close, this guy would go head first into this chocolate. And it was nice to watch because when you love something, you don't even realize the hours are passing. So I used to tell him, like, are you going to bed? Like, what are you doing?
No, I'm making chocolate.
And that would be the end of that. Some nights I slept on the couch because the kitchen was right there. And I didn't want to be too far for him to have to come all the way up the steps and bring a taster. So this is our story.
Right, so so graduated from doing truffles to doing, I got a food license and ended up doing all kinds of chocolate covered items under the cottage food laws here in Maryland. So it restricted me a little bit on what I can actually give out to the public. So I ended up covering everything I can in chocolate, whether that be Oreos, marshmallows, you've seen them, Rice Krispie treats, and all kinds of different things you can do with those. I made the barks, I made the hot chocolate bombs, the hot chocolate spoons. I just went all kinds of crazy to do another avenue of making different chocolate things, and I've learned a lot, and all self-taught too. You know, I thank YouTube University that helped me be more creative than I am to learn how to do these things. And so I thought, well, let me put what I know and put it to you guys, and now you can just see an English guy making chocolate here in the States, and it's been a lot of fun. And I do want to thank everybody that subscribed and all the likes and comments. Keep them all coming, because I've got plenty more chocolate treats to make and to show you how to do this for yourself.
Yeah, you guys have been great. I've been excited to watch the comments and see how excited you are for him and just spending this time, because this is really like his life. But one thing I want to say, there's a lot of more things that Mark can do. But one of the things he mentioned in his spiel here is that he has a cottage food license. So even though he can make truffles and he can make some very elaborate candy, that's not part of that license. So look out in the future for some real intense classes. Like, this guy's the real deal and he has the goods. So look out for that, because my favorite, which he doesn't make because I always eat the inventory, is the maple bacon chocolate. Yes. And I eat those, so I asked him not to make those.
It's candied bacon and a maple syrup caramel.
It's addictive
inside. And so that is actually it won't be allowed under cottage food because of the bacon. But I can make all kinds of different chocolates, and I will definitely show everybody how to make all these things in time. So it's just a process, and I'm always learning as I'm going. I'm learning how to video edit. I'm learning how to do everything. It's not. I don't know everything, so I've got my phone hooked on a tripod right now, and this is our first live. So I can't edit this after it's done because it's there.
And we'll get a better angle next time. I'm sitting on the opposite side of my good side, but it's okay.
So anyway, I'm going to answer some of the questions that you guys have had, that's been in the comments, because I can't always get to the comments and answering them because I'm just busy throughout the day. So I don't want anyone to feel that I'm neglecting them or I'm ignoring their comments. It's just something that I can't, even though there's not a lot, but I don't have the time to continually look at the comments and answer them individually. Sometimes they ask the same question, like with the caramel, and 3 or 4 people's asked that of a certain videos. And I'm like, well, I gave the answer once or twice, so let me just make one video. So all the answers hopefully will be knocked out in this one video.
Yeah. And the good thing is that we'll constantly come back and do these Q&As.
I'll be right back.
He'll be right back. This is what he does on his video. He disappears, but he can't rewind this one. So all of your questions are going to be gathered. I will be collecting them, and then we'll just have this Q&A, and we will answer all your questions just to make sure if this is something you're interested in doing, you have the right material. So when Mark comes back, he's going to bring a few things. I think he went to go get you guys some surprises here. So
What was you saying?
I said you're going to surprise them, because they don't. Do they know how big that caramel bar is?
Yeah, they've seen it.
It looks like a block of cheese and it's a block of caramel. It's like to die for. Like who knew caramel came in a block? Like, that's amazing.
Right, so the first question that I wrote, because it's a question that I'm always asked.
I'll read it.
And it came from when I did the pecan turtles, which has been the hot video of the whole entire videos that I've made. And but they're always asking this question, and that is,
where can I buy the loaf or block of caramel?
Yeah, you can't get this at your regular store. They're not going to have it. I've been getting these from Amazon, and they're about $40 a block. There's 5 pounds in here.
It goes a long way.
So, so it will last a long time. I keep it sealed up. I don't keep it in the refrigerator. No. It just needs to be in a cool place, or wrapped up in the wrapping that it come in, or get the saran wrap if you know, so that you just keep it away from the moisture in the air. So they're about $40, 45 and change on Amazon. Watch out, the lower prices often have, like I've seen some for $25 and there's another like $15 or $20 shipping fee.
Yeah.
So that's
To
pointless.
get the money.
So even if you got Prime. So usually I don't spend more than about $40 on this with free shipping, and it gets obviously within 2 or 3 days, which is fine. And so I'll get it from Amazon. Hopefully you can get them from Amazon in other countries too. I don't know because this is from the USA, so I believe it might be just restricted to that. I don't know. So if anybody in the UK can help me out there to let me know, so others can purchase this if you want. I don't get no commission from it. I don't get no kudos from it. I'm giving them kudos. Peter's Caramel is a very amazing caramel. And then another question is, why don't you make caramel yourself? Well, I do, but I don't have the time. And if I find a good product that I can use already, I'm going to use that one. Saves me a lot of time and energy.
See, this is why he flies solo, because I'm reading the questions, okay?
Oh, look, we've got people.
Yes,
Hey,
I said hello. Happy
I'm
New
sorry.
Year.
Yes. Mac Mom of many.
Yes,
Wow.
Mac Mom of many.
This is the mom of many.
Well,
6 kids
we're
and 8
parents
cups.
of many.
Yes. My lovely wife, 6 kids and 8 cups of coffee. She does have her own channel.
Yes,
by the
it's
way.
not. I'm a teacher by trade, and I'm a faculty professor at nighttime, so I don't have a lot of time, but I try to jump on every now and then. But we have another question. That's what they're here for. So, what's your favorite candy to make?
I don't know. I mean, I like making the truffles because it's more than one element. I love. Did I say turtles or truffles?
Truffles.
Yeah, I said I meant turtles. No, I like making the turtles because, like I said, I should have said turtles. That's why I did
You
edit.
meant turtles.
Because you got the pecans or the cashews and you got to melt the caramel, and it's just fun. It's just, a couple of extra steps. There's more that goes into it than just throwing an Oreo into the chocolate or a marshmallow and putting it. And it's not just throwing stuff in. Obviously, you got to tap it out. But I like things that take a little bit more time. When I start making truffles, I love experimenting with different flavors. And when you make truffles and you add a flavor, you can only, like I said in the last video, you can only add in a food oil flavor, like peppermint or orange. I like adding an orange oil into the dark chocolate, or there's a butter rum flavor, no alcohol, just the flavor of. But there's lots of different flavors that you can add into a ganache. Then you add that into the cream. Then the cream adds into the chocolate, and then you make the soft chocolate, which is ganache. But I will show that in later videos. But I think truffles are my favorite, but I haven't made them for a while. But I did enjoy making the turtles. They were fun.
Oh yeah.
And
our neighbors will knock on the door and ask, "Are there any truffles?"
Turtles.
Turtles. Thank you. We're both truffling. We're both truffling and turtling tonight. So our neighbors will knock on the door, and we have a few people who are highly offended when we don't tell them there's a batch of turtles. So we have to announce Mark's making turtles on Wednesday. You can come get them Wednesday night. So that's a big one. So here's your next question. Did you go to culinary school?
No, I didn't. I am all self-taught. That's why I'm all over the place. And that's why I sometimes forget the recipe. Because, excuse me.
Don't laugh at your jokes.
Because, it's almost seasonal that I make the chocolate. I start in October, which I call my Choctober month. And I got to remember what I did and how I made it last year. And as I'm getting older, my brain's going into a slower gear.
Not getting older. That's just his excuse when you forget something at the grocery store.
I don't write things down, which is a terrible thing that I do. I don't write things down. And so I forget. So I kind of recreate what I already created before again. And I decided now, like I said, to throw them up on video with all the knowledge that I should know already, and sometimes make mistakes.
Yeah.
But I'm self-taught. and it's experimenting. I love it. It's fun. So, and you can't really go wrong with chocolate unless you really put the wrong ingredient in it or something like that.
Well,
Or-
it's hard to. He says that because he's such a natural, but sometimes you have to really watch it when it's melting. When it's melting, it's hard for me. Like I always make it too hard, or something happens and I have to come get this guy. So.
But no, I didn't go to culinary school. The only cooking class I only ever had was when I was in secondary school, which is high school in England, and that was a very, very, very long time ago. So.
All right. So
I didn't
your
do it.
next question is, where do you get your ideas from?
Sometimes YouTube. Sometimes I'm scanning the internet of other chocolate ideas that are out there, and or I go to a chocolate store and see things that they make and go, I could probably do that. And so I'm always looking for things that I could potentially make. I never ask how to. I just look at it and go, okay, I could probably do that. I may snap a photo of an item and then recreate it when I get home.
Well, the other way he gets ideas, and he's not excited about getting ideas this way, is if one of my friends is having a very big party and they want some elaborate favors or something to throw in the bag. Like we did a dirty 30, we did a happy birthday, a 50th birthday, and then we come up with this order that is huge, usually more than 200 pieces, and it's usually something he hasn't done before.
Yeah.
And he will go for it.
Well, also, my wife will come up with ideas. Says, oh, look, I seen this and I told them you can make it. And I'm like, okay,
I volunteer him.
I will put my spin on it, as Picasso said. I will
Yes.
paint it in the way that I see it.
Yes, I'm like, you've been volunteered, honey. So, so one thing I do like, and this is like for my next idea I have for him.
If there are if the viewers are still online and you want to throw a question in the comments, go ahead and do
I'll
that.
be grabbing them when we run out of this list. But one of the things that I want him to do now is, as we're moving into the spring, we have a few teachers here who are obsessed with like Disney and all these people. So I'm like, why don't you make princess crowns and do this? He did a Barbie party for me, which was insane. And he made pink everything from waffles to you name it, to chocolate covered wafers.
The waffles were very pink.
The waffles were very pink. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that.
But
they were pink.
they did see the chocolate covered strawberries, which I did in pink. I
Yes.
made the pink chocolate myself.
Yes, and that was great. We enjoyed that. So your next question is, what's the hardest candy you've ever made?
When I probably honeycomb, which I haven't made at all yet. Whenever you involve sugar, melting sugar down, because you've got to look at the temperatures and that. But honeycomb is where you boil up sugar and corn syrup together, and once it reaches about 300 degrees, which is scalding hot, you then take it off the heat, and then you've got to add in baking soda, which makes the whole thing froth up. And it's something that you've got to be very careful to work with. One, because it's crazy hot
Very
liquid,
hot.
burn the
I
skin
feel
off liquid. And then two, if you put too little baking powder, you're not gonna have that foamy
The
look.
air bubbles.
And if you put too much in there, you're gonna have gigantic bubbles in it.
Yeah.
And then you've got to just make sure your timing, as soon as you put it in, you stir it in, you've got to put it on the pan, that it doesn't stick to the pan that you put it in too. So
That was pretty intense. That's one of my favorites, though. I love that.
Which brings me to the dreaded wax paper. Now, I bought this, like I said, and I explained it in another video. I bought this because it was cheaper than buying the parchment paper, which I used for years. So this was like about 17. There was 3 of these for 16. I thought, I'll use this. It'd be easier, save a buck, and it gave me such a headache. It wasn't funny. So no more wax paper, only parchment paper from now on. And but yeah, the hardest thing is for me is anything with molten sugar, because the timing that you have, you got to make sure whether if it's a hard crack, a soft crack, a soft ball, a hard ball, hard crack, and and even like if you're making candy apples, you got to make sure that there's no bubbles in that chocolate, in that sugar. So working with sugar is a whole lot more difficult than working with chocolate.
So that might lead you into your next question. Why don't you make your own caramel?
Oh, because it's too much hard work. Because it involves, the sugar, the corn syrup, and then you got to add in the cream or milk, and then you add in some vanilla and a bit of salt. And I'm not, I mean, I can make it. I choose not to because, like I said, it's easier for me to just go out and buy it and recreate
Right.
with
Which
what's
puts you
already
into a
there.
full blown cooking stage at that point. But
Yeah.
we won't use this channel to tell you that he can cook also. I shouldn't even throw that out there. Like my friend says, don't tell him all the good stuff. But yeah, and he does cook. It's insane. All right, your next question. You already answered this. Do you make truffles? You already answered that.
Yes,
But
I make truffles.
do you make hard candy?
Not as of yet. I've made some brittle. The only hard candy is really the sponge candy, whatever you call it, cinder toffee. They call it over here too. England we call it a crunchy chocolate. But that's the only sugar candy that I've really worked with. But I am going to be making some other brittles and stuff like that in later videos. So I am going to branch out and make all kinds of different things.
He did make a hard candy, if that counts. Which all of my favorite things are very hard, so he doesn't make them often. But your jelly covered or apples, what is that? Red covered apple. What are they called?
Candy apples.
Candy apples. Look at me struggling over here. Candy apples. He does make those, and those were interesting to make, and they were very tasty. And we made those for a girls' night out, the candy apples, and they came in all kinds of colors. And you made the caramel apples, which were to die for.
Yeah, I do chocolate covered apples and the caramel, and so all can be made. And obviously, there was a TBA video to be made down the line.
So that would be your hard candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. So do you make sponge
Well,
candy?
that's just, I answered that too.
Yeah,
The sponge candy is cinder toffee, is a crunchy in England. That's called honeycomb. So yes.
And then you already answered this one too. How long have you been making chocolate?
I've been making chocolate for a very long time. Yeah, about 12, 13, 14 years.
Yes. And what he doesn't know that I'm going to ask him to do next, and he's hearing it here for the first time, are chocolate frogs, because they're pretty famous. And I think the kids at our ice skating rink would love those chocolate frogs.
Yes, and I can make them, of course, because those HP frogs, chocolate frogs, right? The one that.
Yes, we won't say the name
because I don't know what you're allowed.
We're not always allowed to do that, but they'll be frogs.
But I can make chocolate. Anything.
We'll make chocolate tadpoles.
That's the great thing with chocolate. You got all these different chocolate brands that are out there. I use one that I think had a great taste. It's Sweet Tooth Fairy. So as you know, this is dark chocolate. So this is Sweet Tooth Fairy. This is a candy chocolate. So it's not technically real chocolate with cocoa butter.
I gotcha.
It's I couldn't find my flag, so I used my sign that I used outdoors. This is a great chocolate. I like the taste, and it's been great. And we have a malfunction with the sign, but that's okay.
Well, we started talking about the frogs, and what happens.
I get these at Michael's, and I order them, so I don't even have to go to the store now. So they deliver them to me. So that's a great thing. And they come in milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and white, and a bunch of other colors as well. But I mainly just use dark milk and white chocolate. And the reason being is because it's just easy. Throw it in the microwave 30 seconds, three times, and you don't have to worry about tempering and anything like that. I will be doing some tempering videos with some real cocoa butter chocolate, but that's going to be in an advanced class because there's a little bit more that can go into it.
Yeah, that's
because you need a double boil and all kinds of stuff. But for simple, easy, quick, making things at home without any headache, candy chocolate is the best way to go.
Yeah.
Find the one that you like that has a good taste, and then use that one, and everybody will love it.
Yeah, and the other thing that is coming up too is we're in the new year. Everyone has made a resolution to lose some weight. So the dark chocolate is a big hit for losing weight. He makes a bar. If you have that huge bar mold, and you can add nuts to it, you can add fruit to it, dark chocolate, and listen, it is good for you. It is very good for you.
It's
I don't.
gooder.
It's gooder. I'm not gonna say it heals anything because we have disclaimers. This is not magic healing potion, but it is really good when you have the dark chocolate and the dry fruit, or the dark chocolate and nuts. That's something else going into the spring that I think is what's seasonal. We go with the season.
Yes.
Now your next question is, what kind of camera do you use?
Oh, it's just my phone. It's a Samsung S22.
Just start with anything.
That's my phone. It's on the tripod right now.
And do you have a store?
No, I do not have a store, a brick and mortar. I only go out in vending opportunities that come up that I can get to, and through word of mouth, through people wanting me to make chocolate. If they have a party or something that they want chocolate for, I just make it on demand. I say Chocolate Plus is a COD business where it is chocolate on demand. So I don't usually keep stock like I have my Oreos here. Reason why I have these is because I didn't sell them all. I have a few left, so I have stock, but I don't have stock.
Right.
I have like all these. These are my dark covered chocolate marshmallows, and this is the leftovers. Because I was out last week, so I couldn't run the table outside. So, but I have a few things, but I don't usually carry stock. Everything I buy fresh, I make fresh, and usually depending how big the order is, you got a 48 to 72 hour turnaround, and so everything's nice and fresh, and freshly made, freshly bought, but no store.
No store. So I have a question. Do you see yourself doing anything in the future in terms of classes or anything like that?
Yes, I guess so.
This is where he sweats.
It's working it out on how to do it, because if it's all virtual, then it's working. I just got used to doing videos, so it's another another thing to learn. I know there's other programs out there where I can do classes for those who want to enroll in simple 101 chocolate making, whether that be lollipops, things out of a mold, and all the things that I've been making so far on the show. So, but yes, I can definitely do a 101 class, master class, or almost master class, whatever the term I choose to make. But yes,
he is a master chocolate.
It is something that is going to be in the works, but not right now.
So, since we are hanging out with McMom of Many, do you have any questions for us?
If they're still there, this is fine. The one thing I've been overwhelmed with is all the subscribers in the last couple of months when I started this channel. Not really realizing it's going to grow. I think it's grown in a nice rate.
Yeah.
For 2 months, it's not too bad. I got 926 subscribers, so I'm floored by that.
People are loving chocolate.
And thank you to everybody that's hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and for those of you that shared the video. It's been overwhelming. And so, and then it's encouraging for me to make more. And I feel bad when I can't get a video out in time, because I'm trying to get one at least once a week. So, and I have to resort just to making, if I've got no orders, I've been making like one bag of chocolate be a small order, because I have to give it away because I don't store it. But I'm just finding other ways to give the chocolate away, which is not that hard when you've got.
No, it's not.
People always like chocolate.
It's not hard at all. Like, that's the easiest thing in life.
So I think that's it. We haven't got any more questions, and if you see this obviously as a replay, then you can always drop more questions in the comments, and we'll have another Q&A.
We have one more. We have a question.
Oh, we do.
I brought caramel bits to make the turtles, but my microwave stopped working. Can I melt the caramel bits in a double boiler?
Yes, because you don't want to put anything on direct heat. Here's my amateur voice speaking. I know if you are to do it on direct heat, because a double boiler with the water, and you can do that with the chocolate, no problem. I would imagine you can do that with the caramel. if you choose to put it straight on direct heat, which you can, it needs to be a thick, a heavy base, heavy bottom pan.
Yeah, because
pot,
glass.
not a pan.
Yeah.
So that it can evenly distribute the heat in the pan. So you can put it on direct heat. Because caramel is a bit harder, is a bit tougher than chocolate. Because chocolate needs to be that gentle warming. Caramel,
can go
right, but you want to put it on a low setting because you're just basically going to warm them up. You're not going to boil those bits. Because I did that once time. The first time I used those toffee bits, I threw them in the microwave, and I did exactly what it told me to do in the instructions, and it turned the caramel into toffee, which was hard and brittle.
Yeah.
And I made all these turtles. I thought, oh, they're going to taste really good. Until you bit down it and almost broke your teeth because you got like half an inch of toffee to break down on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how did that happen?
Oh, he was mad. He was mad.
Right.
He was like, look at this. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at because I don't know what's wrong.
Right. And it was because those toffee bits boiled in the microwave.
Yeah.
And what that does, it takes out the extra moisture that's in there and it hardens it up. I didn't know that until I actually did it. So if you do use the stove, I don't think you need the double boiler. You can put it on direct heat, but just warm it gently on a low heat.
Slow.
Because you just really want to soften the caramel. I don't do it to a boiling. I just do it to it's just more pliable than like nice and stringy. You put the spoon in there and it's got that nice pull string, and then I would take it off. But
I hope that answers your question, Lisa Mellos.
Yes.
I hope we're saying that right.
Yes. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you
too. And so I think that's it. Anybody else? Again, thank you to everybody that's tuned in for this live, and for all those that have been watching these videos over the last couple of months. And there's going to be more in the new year 24, more in store. And so if you have any ideas.
Oh, Falcon Forge Francis has never had better chocolate than the chocolate I've had with you. So we have people who have actually eaten our chocolate on here today.
People do eat the chocolate, yes.
Yeah.
It is a good tasting chocolate. And thank you.
Thank you, Falcon Forge
Fantasy. So
subscribe to that channel. He's our customer. Subscribe to that channel.
So okay, now that all right. So
I think we're good. We've answered questions. We can hang out for a second or two.
What else can I say? I don't know.
That's it. That's all of it for now. I mean, again, this is such a wonderful way.
And I really am British. I really was born and bred in England, in Portsmouth, England.
100%.
Many moons ago. And I flew over to the States, met this wonderful lady right here. We got married and I'm now in America and been living here for longer than I've been living in my own country.
Yeah.
Technically now this is now my country, but I have two, so
yeah, it's crazy because we've been married 21 years. Some people say it's the chocolate, some people say it's the coffee because we also drink a lot of coffee. But we're just ride or dies. Let's see who's next.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Mama Many. You two are great together. I much enjoy this channel. Keep up the good work. Awesome. No, it's great. And like I said, I will put another video out at the end of this week, making some chocolate something because we are gearing up for Valentine, and so there's lots of things you can do for Valentine's in terms of chocolate and caramel and strawberries and all kinds of fun, exciting stuff.
Well, first we want to thank Walmart because they always remind us that the next holiday is here already, because we went to Walmart today and the shelves are packed, overloaded with Valentine's Day. So we know exactly what we're supposed to be doing based on Walmart's stocking shelf. Yes. So, and there was a little bit of, I don't know if you noticed, a little bit of St. Patrick's Day, which is one of my favorite holidays. So we also do great green chocolate fun on St. Patrick's Day.
That's right. We got the Valentine's and the Easter, of course, the big one.
Yeah.
St. Patty's Day, and then Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, which is awesome.
Those are, and Father's Day don't really get a lot of chocolate stuff.
Yes, they
We don't really get a lot of chocolate stuff. It's they buy
We
us.
love fathers on
What do
this
we
channel.
do? They don't know. They don't buy chocolate really for dads or
You know how
fathers.
moms are like, you better not buy me pots and pans on Mother's Day. This guy is like, what are you gonna get me for Father's Day? We love you, Father. We're gonna do better.
But yes, I mean, and there's also birthdays, anniversary,
Yeah.
and stuff that throw out some ideas. If there's some chocolate thing that you would want me to make, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to make it if I can, because like I said, I need ideas flowing, as well as chocolate bars, lollipops. I can start doing molds. I know I did promise to do the pumpkin spice caramels, but because I didn't feel very good, they never happened. But can't say that, not to say that I can't and won't make them in an upcoming video.
We'll make off-season chocolate anytime.
But chocolate is in season for every day of the year.
Every day of the year. Every day of the year. So
it is good. All right. Well, again, thank you for tuning in. Unless we have any more comments in the last few seconds, we're gonna sign off. So which means me running up and turning off the camera.
And we will be doing these Q&As often because we do see your questions. I read your questions when I'm watching his channel. So we will make sure that periodically we will come on here and just add them all up because we want you to know we love you and that we see you.
Yes. Again, thank you for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your day and have a great and happy new year. This year is going to be really good because we've got new opportunities.
2024.
Yeah, it's
More in 24.
more in store in 24. So thank you for watching. See you again next time.
Bye now.
Now we're going to run around there. Turn the
And
camera
I'll just
off.
smile.
See ya. I don't know how to turn it off.
Okay, well, I'll just sit here and wait for it to go up.
Oh, there you go. See you later, everyone.
Bye now.